All right. Welcome back. We're back on a Thursday again for another episode of the Harambedome, bringing another episode of the pod. This is Biting Kneecaps, as you already know, and I'm here with co-host.
Living in Babylon is back. Yeah, it's good to be back. It was sad to be away, but
Yeah, yeah. You
mogul
did take a
moves,
little
mogul
break there.
moves.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Had some stuff I had to take care of. Go shake some hands, kiss some babies.
Yeah, you kiss anything else?
We'll talk about that off air.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha. All right, well, it's been so long since the co-host is here that I totally forgot we have a guest too, and a first time for the season. If that narrows it down, which it should, because there's only one person left who we've been waiting to hear from, and we got him. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, guest?
Yo, what up, you window licking cunts? It's your boy, Post Tuck. What's going on?
Post Tuck.
Love the energy. Love it.
Yes. You're coming in hot today. I feel like I've been disappointed. The chat has been lacking in smack talk, and I just haven't been feeling the heat. You know?
you see what happens when we allow other chat boys into the fold.
Hold on, who are we referring to?
They just aren't
I
active.
forgot.
And
This is a little chat boy gang over here, minus Ted. Yeah.
yeah,
See,
well, you're a chat boy now too, and you don't contribute shit to the smack board.
I do contribute to the smack
Yeah.
board.
I ain't
think I was
ever
the last
seen
one to
you.
speak on the snap. I can pull up the fantasy chat right now, and the whole league can look. Who's the last?
All you
person?
do is talk about Loesch fucking dogs, okay? That's all you talk about on there.
That is
Yeah,
the
there's
last
really no
thing I sent.
substance.
You're right, Cole. I'm not comfortable with you making dog analogies about me. Why would I be comfortable with that though? Should I?
Well, he says, doesn't matter how big the dog, I hope Sean gets euthanized. Does he have like we know he's got a dog thing,
Yeah, well, we do. Yeah.
but is there like some kind of necrophilia in there as well? Like he likes euthanized dogs?
Oh,
It would not surprise me.
yeah. Well, either way, last thing we left off on was a message from me. So why don't you fucks throw something in there and then start talking your shit.
I think it
I
went
think we
downhill
owe
when we
this
started
back.
letting Loesch talk.
Yeah, I think this also goes to the fact that Ted has not been able to really talk any smack this year. Ted is the best pot stirrer we have,
It's
and
true.
he just has not been stirring the pot. It's been
Hey.
sad.
He should be puffing his chest. He's got 1% chance to make the playoffs.
He does.
There's still a chance.
There is a chance.
There's a shot, and what's weird is right when I think Monday or Tuesday hit, it said 0%, and Watson must have figured something out, and now Teddy's got potentially the comeback story of a fucking era to tell.
It pulled the Doctor Strange, look at 1,000,000,000,000 outcomes, and
And they found one. One snuck in there. Where Ted, maybe they pulled an outcome where someone makes an outrageous trade and gives Ted someone that's just gonna pop the fuck off. Well, I guess we'll see. Maybe there's an icy hot that has to do with that. But
Speaking of trades, are we gonna go through a trade that I'd like to talk about this year? After this week.
yes,
yeah,
we
can
will.
definitely go through. Do we want to
Okay.
go
Touch,
through?
we'll touch on the trades.
Yeah, we'll touch on the trade. We'll touch on trades. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, yeah, we have quite a bit to get to, so I guess we are going to kick it off with talking about our loser of the week. And so I guess we'll go ahead and start with the guest. Yes, loser of the week.
God fucking damn it. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys fucking hear me?
Why? What's he
Why?
doing in here?
What is this
Well-
guy doing? Get the fuck out of here.
Hold down
Talk
one
about-
second.
Fuck you, Tucker. The loser of the week was fucking me. And I'm so fucking mad about it. But I'm here and I gotta talk about it. Because I was in there with the Wardussy, hanging on for dear life, back shots
This
left
man-
and right.
This man really
Fucking-
just crashed my
Nah.
Harambedome.
What is
Couldn't-
this?
What is happening?
If I
Tucker,
knew how to use Discord,
Tuck-
I'd kick him.
Kick
I'm
this
pop-
man out of my Harambedome. We don't
Pop-
want him here.
Dude, I'm the loser of the fucking week, and I'm so fucking mad about it. AJ Green.
Why the fuck is this
Fucking
man
DJ
talking?
Dude, fucking sucked ass. The two people who have had a lot of fucking coverage after the whole fucking 3-touchdown week and the whole 70-yard touchdown, fucking sucking ass. I fucking hate them. They were the only parts of the team. And then the fucking, what is it, the Cowboys defense? Position rank number 2, putting up fat 2 points. Like, I should have won last week. I really should have. But, like, it's just so inconsistent. How the fuck are you only going to get 1.2 points after catching 3 goddamn touchdowns in a week? Like, it's pathetic. It's pathetic.
Part of it might be you calling him AJ Green when he's AJ Brown.
Whatever. I don't even fucking care. He's wearing green. Who cares? He was in.
Unreal.
He sucks.
I'm still trying to figure out how is this how
This is unreal. This is unreal.
I don't understand. What happened? How did I lose? I'm trying to understand that too, Jordan. I'm trying to understand. Just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know how to use Discord, or else he would have been kicked earlier.
Interesting.
This is unreal.
He's not there anymore.
Yeah, he just left. So if we can edit, let's get that out of there.
Let's go. Private join only,
What?
Right? Edit channel. I don't even know where to go for the.
Well, I don't think he'll join. I think he said his little piece. He caused his little drama that he wanted to do.
Wow.
Well, that's a first.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we just got mogged or whatever it's called. It was not good.
Yeah, that was that was interesting, and it was weird because for a second there, I felt the spider complete for a second, and that was
it's a dangerous element. But I honestly
what are
thought,
the chances he joins right as we're talking about loser of the week?
I don't know. The fact that I thought you guys were playing a recording.
No.
I didn't realize. Like, I was like, who's playing a recording of Loesch right now? Like,
no, the motherfucker just decided to join.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess that is what happens when you secretly invite him to the dome to go appear on with Tuck and not tell the other two people on. Yes, that's
you what?
Maybe
I'm
they're
fucking real.
Sorry,
Did you
I'll drop
actually?
another bomb here real quick. There was so the way it broke down is I texted Cole yesterday and I said, where is it? I said, poll in the chat, because I was telling him about the poll in the chat, and he said, don't talk to me unless you're inviting me onto the dome. And I said, want to come on at 5 Eastern time tomorrow with me, Jordan, and Tuck? We can surprise them. And he said, absolutely.
All right. Well, I have a new least favorite co-host.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I figured, listen, I wanted at least one time this season to have the spider be complete on Dome. And have
Fuck,
that
I look
energy.
like. I bring energy. I'm like Wardle.
That's very true.
I
Wardle's
just wanted
on
the
here.
complete spider tat energy. That's all. I just felt like it was unmatched. But
Well, a little bit of a fair warning would have been nice.
yeah, but then that ruins the surprise.
With my loser of the week.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. My loser of the week was not going to be Loesch, and I definitely won't be choosing him. It goes to none other than Big Kirko Thuggin Cousins. Getting beat down by Jordan. It was a big game, especially because both in East Division, 3rd and 4th. And that puts you in the 3rd, right? Above him? Correct, Jordan?
Yes. Yep.
Huge win, big loss, big choke job. So yeah, Matt, you are my loser of the week.
And I think that's fitting. I think he choked it. He just cannot figure out his QB situation. He
What do you
just
mean?
keeps getting.
He did figure it out. He made a trade that figured it out.
Yeah. Well, prior to this week, he just can't get it done. His QB just not there for him. Anytime a QB puts up under 20 points, how do you expect to catch a dub?
Yeah.
And then the other trade that he got fleeced on with the Cordero Patterson, I mean, he comes back, lays a little goose egg for him. It's just sad to see someone keep going back to a man that continually fucks him in trades. But I guess it is what it is.
Hold on a second. All right, I guess it's time to jump into this trade now. All right, since it's getting so, you're saying continually fleece.
I'm talking about the Cordero Patterson.
Yeah, you said goes back to a man that he. What are we saying here? You're talking about Cordero?
Yeah, about how that was just not a great trade for him.
Yeah, well, Monty didn't work out so much for me. Anyways, and D-Hop's not on my team anymore, so.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, he had a chance to secure what he would have been third or second in the East, and he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was kind of, I couldn't tell because now you're both 5-5 rather than him be still a game back. I wasn't sure who I wanted to win, but yeah, you kind of ended up blowing him out, so by almost 30. All right. Well, I'll move on to my loser of the week here. By the way, are we counting Cole's loser of the week?
What do you mean counting it?
Like, does it count? Is it part of our loser of the week?
I mean, he is a loser.
Fair enough. All right.
Fantasy speaking.
Right.
And it was a big loss.
Right.
Why, was that going to be yours?
No. I was just wondering if we were counting because he just jumped in for a second there. I'm gonna go ahead though and go with mine. I'm gonna have to say something that I don't know if any of us wants to say, but it needs to be said. I think that the loser of the week is gonna be adding insult to injury here with Thomas the Spank Engine.
I concur.
Yeah. Spank Engine is the only person this week to be under a hundo, means he would have lost to anyone and everyone, including the Ascended Loesch, who put up 105, so he was cutting it close. His team is in a tough spot. He lost, obviously, Cooper Kupp for a long time. Aaron Rodgers had his best week of the season or in a while? I think in a while. No, he had his best week of the season with 29 points. So he's a consistent 20, and you have that going, and that's decent. But DeAndre Swift, as a Lions fan, I can tell you, has been a bust. They're just not letting him. He's back, but they're not letting him get full reps again. I just don't think he's fully healthy, and that hurts Ted. Plus, with Jamal Williams with Tuck, this is like oddly going off nuts. Really,
Yeah.
It's really turned into a 1A, 1B. I think mainly because of Swift's injury and Jamal playing so well. But I mean, that is what it is right now. And Jalen Waddle's good, but he had a down game, and I guess we're looking at what Ted's team could look like when he has a down game, and it doesn't look great. So. And it wasn't. I don't know, because we've had other down games this season that have been like low, like 70s, right, or 80s, and Ted had 93. So, but he had McLaurin go for 17 and Aaron for 30, basically. So that I think is what kept him afloat from being in like the 50s. Wasn't he like at 60 points going into that Washington game with Gibson and McLaurin? He was at like 60 something. So
I'm not too sure, but he must have been
tough
based off what he's got.
Tough spot. With the Kupp injury, I feel more comfortable saying that it doesn't seem like it's on track to get better. But what do y'all think?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, he gets the best performance he has all season, like you mentioned, from Aaron. And he has Josh Allen put up a subpar week for Josh Allen, and he still just can't secure the dub. It's terrible. I mean, Like you said, I don't see it getting any better. I don't know how this team improves. He needs to figure out some way to make a trade. I mean, just get some pieces to help him rack up some wins, but I don't know how that's going to happen for him. It's not looking very good. I know he's got a little 1% shot to make the playoffs, but it's looking like a much higher percentage to end up in a Waffle House for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Go
even know.
ahead,
Is
sorry,
Deshaun Watson? He's coming back, right? He'll be back here this week or next, or he already is back.
working out with the team this week, but I think he comes back in the Texans game. Of course, the NFL does it that way. So it's he'll be back week 13. It will be his first start.
Okay. I mean, with him coming back, he will have I feel like a solid quarterback. I think he'll be better than Aaron, but other than that, man.
You wonder, though, because up until this point, I don't think he's been able to be with the team, practice with his receivers. I mean, I'm sure he's been studying the playbook and whatnot, but how much goes into like chemistry with your receivers, with your O-line, with the signal calling, all that stuff?
And I don't think he played it all last year, did he?
He didn't.
No, he didn't. He didn't. So, yeah, this will be his first NFL game time in almost 2 years.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least in theory, right? In theory, he has 2 games, the 13th and the 14th, before playoffs hit in like losers braq, and then I mean he has a few games like before that very last game. He's got like a month's worth of football to be played to kind of catch back up. So maybe that'll do him some good if Ted ends up in a bad spot. Maybe for those last couple games.
Yeah.
He can get back on track, but yeah, it is definitely looking bleak because, I mean, to be honest, anything could happen. But I mean, do you see Deshaun being anything more than maybe what Aaron has been, or what like just a 20-point per game quarterback or so?
Deshaun at full potential can be more, but currently, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So you said you concur? Is that you saying you're loser of the week, or do you have another one you want to throw in?
No, that was going to be my loser of the week. I mean, for a lot of the points that you pointed, like he couldn't get over 100. Looking at if I can find how to get there, but I'm pretty sure he's by a significant amount the lowest scorer in the league. It's
if you go
tough.
to standings, that's where you'll find it if you're on the computer. But he's
All right, so yeah, he is no points for. Yeah, but not by too much. Big Kirko is only like 69 ahead of him.
Yeah, and it really feels like Big Kirko's luck is starting to come back around. Because we were talking about how he was doing, how he was 5-2, right, with the lowest points for, and he's the second lowest points for. But it's like it's averaged out now. Literally, he's 5-5. So yeah, you wonder about that as well.
But yeah, so I'm gonna stick with that as my loser because a couple of the other ones, they were some big losses, but just the fashion in which he lost and the fact that now he's 2-8, loses Cooper Kupp. So not only did he lose the game, he loses his best player. Yeah, it sucks. But I guess that's fantasy.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, let's shift over to the winners of the week. Talk, who you got?
Man, I hate to do this, but definitely this is very like self-centered. But I think winner of the week has to go to Follow Spike. I mean, I know like that was a big win for him beating me, not just because like my team is crazy good or anything, but just that he was able to pull off a win is good. His team is looking good. Everyone's starting to come back in full. Tua's back, which is huge for him. Even with Joe Mixon on a bye, he was able to pull out a W. James Conner had a great game finally. I mean, Najee's still not playing good, but he was able to get one, and it just keeps him in the hunt for that playoff bracket. So he's going to be my winner of the week.
Yeah, and I mean the fact that we, for how long, have been talking about him. Oh, is he going to lose the league? Is he?
Mm-hmm.
What's up with his team? And now he's stringing together some dubs.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, and
to
talking
escape.
shit.
Yeah. So definitely got that confidence. It's good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also commendable is that Christian Kirk draft pick, because I know he had like some sputtering weeks and not great, but I mean 15, 22, 16, 7, 1, 8, 13, 6, 17, 28. I mean, I'd call that a wide receiver too, maybe a flex,
Yeah.
but I mean that's
He's
I mean, who would have thought
position
of it? I
ranked
mean,
number 7.
yeah, he got drafted 108th overall in the 11th round. I mean,
And he's the 7th ranked?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's ranked
7th ranked.
So I mean,
That's wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's a quality draft pick right there. And yeah, his team shaping up. And you know what else I think helped him too is that Hawkinson trade. I mean, granted, Hawkinson hasn't popped off since. I mean, I guess technically his best game is still with Detroit, the 36-point game. But I mean, 11-8 coming back. I mean, tight end's always sketchy, and I think he's in a pretty solid spot now. So yeah, I agree. Jordan, who you got for your winner?
So my winner of the week, I'm going to slide it to the Fake King. Because I mean, he's still, what is he now, 3rd in the West, right? Still, let me check. Let me double check that. So he's still 3rd in the West, but with JB losing and him winning, he didn't fall one game behind.
Yeah.
So he was able to, at least now he's tied. Obviously, the tiebreaker, JB beating the Folk King, has him over the Folk King, but the fact that he's able to just stay neck and neck with him, it's a quality dub. And I mean, I'm not going to go too in depth about who on his team performed or, oh, Loesch, I was right with them, blah, blah, blah. Because at the end of the day, the King picked up the dub, and it helps his chances of making the playoffs, getting a better seed, and just staying in that race for the top of the West.
Yeah. No, it is a good dub. Yeah, when Stevenson's on the bye and Kyler's hurt, and Keenan Allen hasn't been much form anyway the whole year for the most part. But yeah, no, I agree. Good dub. So looking into my winner of the week here, I am going to go with I don't want to stay on the same game for my loser of the week. So that leaves me looking at
Did you prepare for this?
dude, I mean, like, I take notes. I just sometimes in the moment you got to wing it and go with something else. It's like maybe sometimes people pick your.
We
pick
even
your
pushed
winner of the
this
week,
back today. What are you doing?
What's that?
We even pushed this back a day. What are you doing?
Why did we
Come
push
on,
this
man.
back?
Be
huh?
on top of your shit.
I was all sorts of shook up this week in general. I don't know why
blame yourself, Jordan. It's
why
his
I'm all.
fault.
Oh my god!
But I didn't realize yesterday was Wednesday, and I had to go get some waterproof winter clothing for.
If Sean was a better co-host, he probably would have reminded you, like a good co-host would do.
Yeah, typically.
I feel like
instead he texts me at 5:05. Where you at?
I feel like
as I'm sitting in traffic going to Bass Pro Shop.
I mean, I feel like if we're both co-hosts, don't we shoulder pretty much the same responsibility there?
No.
And I usually hit you up when I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So, anyway, that said, now I don't want to do this, but I'm going to. I'm going to put my winner of the week as Living in Babylon, going 5-5, going back to 500, putting up the most points of the week. Would have beaten anybody he played. Making good on the trade he made with me in the second week. He made it with Jetta going for 31 and just making some fucking disgusting catches. That are just Tuck. Did you see those?
No, I didn't see him.
You haven't seen them, man. Field Yates is proud of you, by the way, because if you watched the little clip, Field Yates was commending anyone who hasn't seen the clip by now. He says that you live off the internet and you're doing it right.
I haven't watched any football at all. It's kind of ridiculous.
And yet you sit at a winning record. That's beautiful. That's poetic.
It's Will of Harambe. What can we say?
It is. That is always what it is. And Harambe willed Jordan to this big dub. Even with the King underperforming to King standards and really to just running back one standards in general. But Aaron Jones answered the call. You had, again, the 31 from Jetta, the 27. Jalen Hurts did his thing. Dameon Pierce, just fine. And so, yeah, definitely a good week to put. Any week you put up 145 is a good week. The only thing I see regrettable here is that, and it reminded me here, is that you dropped Jared Goff after he was a good serviceable backup on your bench, putting up 18. And
Well, I don't think 18 is really serviceable, but I rostered Jared Goff in hopes that it would help my dear friend Ted pick up a dub against JJJ. Not because I have anything against Va, but chaos in the West is what I just look for. Because fuck the West.
Fair. That's fair. Fuck the West.
So if JJJ would have lost and then, some things happen in the West, just that race for the top gets a little more shook up. And so, yeah, I rostered Goff because of your little hot take saying Ted will not win again unless Jared Goff is rostered or however you said it. And clearly that was just the worst take of all time because Ted got fucking whooped. And I had to sit here and look at Jared Goff's stupid fucking face on my bench.
That's why we don't listen to Con ever. And
I had dropped Kadarius Toney, who I spent $30 for a week ago. So.
Oh man, yeah, that is beautiful in and of itself. But listen, maybe how do you know I wasn't trying to help Ted? Rostering Goff is an easy move, so maybe I was trying to help Ted to a dub, like you suggested with my icy hot, not hurt him, and it just didn't work. It wasn't Harambe's will. So
listen, I'm just waiting for the end of the year when Goff is a worse fantasy quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. And
pretty sure you don't have to wait till the end of the year. Goff is 17. I'm pretty sure Aaron is better than that. Goff
14.
Is 17. Aaron is 14. Yeah, Aaron usurped him after a couple of games where
Aaron... season's not over.
Yeah, that's true.
But by the time the end of the season rolls around and Aaron is, I'm gonna go back and on the last Dome episode, I'm gonna play that little clip of you saying, "Mark my words, Jared Goff will be a better fantasy quarterback." And then we're all just going to sit here and point and laugh.
I cannot wait. I will be there.
Oh, how many are we having on this last Dome episode?
I hope the entire league.
Yeah, what if we do just have everyone, at least have everyone pop in for like a couple minutes and then go?
That'd just be chaos. You saw what happened when the troll joined.
Yeah. Madness.
All right, yeah.
I still can't believe that happened.
Winner of the week. We're golden. All right, so that leads us into our next segment of what is our next segment?
Matchup. Featured matchup.
Of course. I'm on it right now. Featured matchup
Looking ahead.
Week 11. Looking ahead. Exactly. So, Tuck, what game are you going to be paying the most attention to aside from yours this week?
Well, I am stressing about mine. I will not lie. I didn't realize, Jordan, you have so many running backs, dude. What in the actual fuck? RBU. Jesus. But I think I will be paying attention to follow Spike versus biting kneecaps.
Ooh.
Would love to see Dad beat your ass, Sean.
It would be nice.
Would be real nice. Also, I mean, he's on a tear right now. 2 high scoring. I mean, 2 weeks ago he had the highest score. Like put up like a 160 bomb or something. I mean, beat me with almost 130. So we'll see. You better come to play, son.
Yeah, that's the fucking hope. And doing it without D-Hop too. So let's see what happens. But
I would love to talk about that trade after this. I have some very harsh words for you about it.
Very harsh words. Okay. Let's all right, fine. Let's you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it now then. Then we'll move on.
I would love to watch you just trade your season away, sir. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are you actually doing? Like, what in the actual fuck?
All right. Got to clarify
I thought if you were going to do a stupid trade, you could have just done it with me. We could have done something there. It would have been great.
Something that you get D-Hop?
I would have loved to got D-Hop. Are you kidding me? What?
Listen. Let me just, all right, here we go. So, Tuck, I view Jamar Chase as an upgraded D-Hop. Do we agree with this?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
This year, no.
I think, I do think that Chase had a little spout here of rough games, but I think he was just starting to pop off and go back to normal Jamar Chase. He had 2 30-point games before he got hurt.
Again, now he's hurt. He's
hurt, right? But I just see the ceiling of... So this was... First of all, Matt needed on Matt's end, the way we discussed this trade, the way it broke down is on Matt's end, he couldn't get a consistent quarterback. He came to me wanting Kirk, and I didn't really know what I would trade, and so I just figured, let's see if I can upgrade a position a little bit more, give him D-Hop, wide receiver 1 for someone that I do think is a bit better of a wide receiver 1 than D-Hop, at full potential, and then give him Goff too. And there's a trade. He gets a healthy receiver, and he gets his stability at quarterback because Goff's pretty much just been 20 points a game for the whole season. And so at least you know what you're getting. And versus he's been dealing with like Russ at 15 or 5 and fucking Jimmy G at 17. So give him stability at the quarterback spot, and then a good wide receiver where, look, I'm locked in for the playoffs. I just made it to 100%. I can afford to drop off in the wide receiver slot to hopefully the payoff is Jamar Chase comes back healthy, and then I have eliteness in a wide receiver spot where D-Hop is a wide receiver 1, but I think he's a low-end wide receiver 1, especially when you look at Arizona and see all the fucking mouths they had to feed, especially when Marquise Brown comes back. D-Hop will always get his, but I just think Jamar Chase is like just that step above, and so I think that's...
But you're talking like the Bengals don't have mouths to feed.
They do.
Exactly.
Like 3 or 4 beside Jamar.
And a tight end.
And there you go.
Who's their tight end that they have over there in Cincinnati?
Hayden Hurst, right?
Hayden Hurst? Yeah, is he that big of a target? Has he been?
I couldn't tell you. I just know I've seen a few weeks where he puts up some points. I don't watch Bengals games, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I just think it's, I think that Jamar Chase's ceiling is higher. I don't think it's crazy higher. I think if it was crazy higher, I don't think I would have been able to land him, but I think that it's a higher ceiling than D-Hop has. And so I just figured upgrade the position, wait a bit, and then hopefully if he comes back healthy, then I'll have made the right move, and maybe he gives me an extra 10 a couple playoff weeks than D-Hop would have, or an extra maybe even 15, who knows, and that, I don't know, pushes me over the top. But I see higher ceiling with Jamar, and I figured I can wait out his injury with being locked in for the playoffs. I'm not risking costing myself a playoff spot.
But you also gave up a man who is the poster child of mocking whiteness.
Who are you talking about? Kirk?
Yeah, because they throw chains on him. They're like, "Oh, this is so funny. He's a white boy. He's a nerdy white guy. Let's take pictures of him with chains on and Cartier shades."
Have you seen that Instagram clip of how he like cusses on the field?
He says frick
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Isn't he like, what's it, Philip Rivers in that sense? I know Philip Rivers was
Or
big
does
on
he
that.
actually? Yeah, Philip Rivers was definitely a frick kind of guy. Is Kirk like that, or is he actually cuss?
Is he? I don't know. I mean, he was doing the frick stuff. I don't know if he was doing it as a joke, but yeah. Plus, I always, there's that literally texted me saying he emotionally wants Kirk, and so same thing as fucking a trade I made with JB last year when we were fucking at your place, Tuck. I think it was like shortly after we were at your place, or was it 2 years ago then? I don't remember. Do you remember when we were at that bonfire that we had of yours?
Bonfire.
My birthday?
My
birthday where I puked?
Was that? Yeah,
we were just talking about this.
Yeah, right. Where like your friend had the Frenchie that was there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Was that?
That was like
last
2
year,
or
right?
3 years ago. No.
Okay, because
a few years
might
ago.
have been 2. It had to have been 2 then, because I made a trade with JB a couple years back because he wanted Lenny so bad, and that Lenny situation.
Yeah, we were actually just talking about that little gathering when we were watching the fights that you blew us off for.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This guy.
I had to fulfill my own icy hot where I would ghost you and then not show up, except it was me, not Tuck. No.
Oh, I had to do my work for my master's class.
Yeah, I'm a fucking lame loser.
Dude, what's education when you got boys?
Exactly.
That is a good point. No, I can't really say anything against that.
What's your future when you got boys?
When you like boys or got boys?
Sorry, you cut out. You said you like boys?
Hey, so anyway, my matchup of the week is, I would have to say I am actually gonna reverse here and go with the two of you, because I am very, very interested in this matchup. It has implications for me because I'll tell you, just like you said you're nervous about your matchup. I'm nervous about the streaking dad who's now talking shit to me in the chat out of nowhere. Fucking, he's coming for this dub, and I'm hoping I can stave him off, but we'll see. But anyways, I mean, it affects me, this game over here, because now there's 6-4 bums are us. 5-5 living in Babylon. I like the look of the matchup. No one's really being hurt by bye weeks at all. I mean, minus Jordan losing, a stellar kicker. But he picked up the leg. You picked up the leg. So, there's that. And I think both you guys are at full health. Your projection, Jordan is projected to win by 11. But again, I was projected to lose to Varun by, I think, 20, and I won by 30. So the shit doesn't matter. And so I think that the last matchup was you guys week 2. Jordan, you won 151 to 112. So Tuck, you got some revenge. This is a revenge game for you to try and really at this point we got 4 weeks left, 4 games. So if you can win here, who has the more points for between the two of you?
I had to look. I don't know.
I have it up. It's Bums RS has 1,211.
I got more.
So even this is close. So you two are in right now. I mean, obviously a lot can change in 4 weeks with me too, depending on like first, second, third. But right now you two are in a very tight race for the second seed in the East. And honestly, with your points for and all that, like if you were to win, Tuck, and win by like 20, 25, I mean, you're literally getting you're firmly holding that spot. Jordan, you winning would effectively put you over the tiebreaker because you would have points for. So I am very intrigued to see how this matchup goes, and I have to say I find myself in another week where I think I might have to be rooting for Jordan to kind of even it out again. Same thing with Matt. I'm so look, because then you stay a game. I mean, the more you win, especially if I take an L to Dad, I'd rather you two just even out than one of you get closer to me again. So yeah, I'm interested in this one for sure.
Yeah, and for me, it's a big game too because obviously right now I got that third place, and if Big Kirko Cousins can dethrone JJJ, then that puts me back down into 4th in the East. So a lot of implications.
Not to mention, Big Kirko would become the Wardussi connoisseur twice in one season.
True. But what does that do to a man's mental?
I don't know, when you get it, lose it, and then get it again.
Yeah, like, what if you're afraid that you can't satisfy the Wardussi? So it's just going to leave you again?
That's too much pressure. If I were him, I would throw the game. He should just throw it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Leave it to Va to connoisseur that Wardussi.
He's feasting on it for sure. We know Va can handle that shit.
Yes, he can. So, for me, the game matchup that I'm looking at this week, it's got to be the Lamarston versus Ascended Loesch. I mean, 2 star-crossed lovers, a.k.a. major alphas, battling it out. It's like a battle of the titans. These guys, they bicker, they argue with each other, they call each other names. They kiss. At some point, we're just going to have to accept the fact that they're a married couple. In the previous matchup, Lamarston just absolutely fucked up Loesch, 133-98. But this time around, projections, though they don't mean shit, they are a little bit closer. A little 9-point swing in favor of Lamarston. But, these guys, we know their history with each other. And I'm excited to see how this matchup goes. I'm sure there'll be a lot of shit talk in their little private chat. By shit talk, I mean little kissy face emojis sent and eggplants and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I would love to know who gets more kissy emojis from Loesch in a year, Tuck or Lamarston here, JB. Because I feel like that would be a tight race.
Me and Cole don't send kissy faces. We send hearts.
Oh, wow. So are you the side piece to their marriage, or are you the marriage and JB is the side piece?
JB's a side piece. They argue too much to be married.
It's fair.
That's true. Yeah, and don't forget, this is and I want to pose this question. I think this is important. This is Morgan Bowl round 2. So if Ascended
I don't acknowledge that bowl.
You don't?
No, the only bowl that I acknowledge is the Harambe Bowl at the end of the season.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, in theory here, if Cole were to win this Morgan Bowl, would that mean the winner of the Morgan Bowl for the season would have to be the total between their 2 games added up, like JB's total plus Cole's total would have to equal the winner?
Dude, what?
It's not a question for me.
You get what I'm asking? Because if one,
I do get what you're asking. Is it a total score thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Is it 1-1 or is it a total score thing? That I don't know.
I just think in years past, I think they only match up the one time typically, but they got scheduled twice for this year.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how we would handle that.
I hope Harambe smites you for this blasphemy that you're talking about bowls during his league.
I have to pull up the old Snapchat message from 5 years ago about you talking about that. Harambe.
I have repented, obviously. I've done my time. This is why. Look at my record. I've done my time. I'm back in good graces.
Listen. I'm just addressing what needs to be addressed with this Morgan Bowl. Listen, all respect.
Beyond the fact that the Harambe Bowl is the only one that matters, I also was not present for a lot of the Morgan shit, so that's why I don't even really pay.
Living with the guy, that one dude.
Yeah, the sexual predator.
Yes.
Was it Bailey Beetle?
No,
what?
Beetle.
See, Bailey. Everybody thinks I lived with Beetle Bailey. I lived with Jonathan.
Yeah, but
Beetle
Beetle Bailey
Bailey
came
just
knocking on your door in the late night hours, right?
Oh, dude, I shouldn't say all the time, but it happened multiple times where he would just knock like 2, 3 in the morning. I'd open the door, he'd see me in bed. Hey, man, what are you doing? I'm sleeping. Oh, you want to play Xbox or something? No, dude, I don't. Not right now. Oh, all right. That kid,
Oh,
that was the beta Loesch. The beta building Loesch, because that guy did not sleep. He wandered around campus at night. I'm sure they ran into each other a few times and went and perched in peculiar
perch
places.
together. Loesch would go to a perch and see him there and be like, damn, he took the good spot today. Walk away.
Yeah, he's just. Oh, he took the perch spot by the sun dome, that bastard.
The prime perch real estate.
Oh my
I wouldn't be
God.
surprised, dude. I never thought of it, but it definitely happened.
Oh my God. Yeah, this will be a good matchup to watch. They're always. I mean, how does that make you feel, Tuck, that Cole does have a side piece?
Okay, man. You act like I claim Cole.
I mean, you literally got a matching tattoo with him. Is that not claiming him?
I get matching tattoos to anybody. I'm a whore.
That's good to know.
That
I'll
is
be
good
hitting
to
you
know.
up.
All right. Well, let's transition into the next segment here, our offers report. Now, as Jordan had us so gladly implement into a couple weeks ago, where we go back and we look at waivers from the episode that last we did. Friday, November 11th would be the one we would look at, and then we would go from there. So, Jordan, you want to take this segment away?
All right, sure. So Friday, November 11th, we're looking at JJJ claiming Andy Dalton, the New Orleans quarterback, for $2, and
Red
dropping. Yes, the Red Rocket has been claimed, and Deion Jackson has been dropped to waivers. We also saw Lamarston pick up Donathan, a.k.a. Brett Maher, the Dallas kicker, for $1. And he also was pretty active on that Friday for $0. He added the Raiders defense and went ahead and dropped Miami. So, looking at Saturday, Living in Babylon added Darren Waller for $4 and dropped Evan Ingram. Thomas the Spank Engine added Greg Dulcich for $0, the Denver tight end. And Living in Babylon also, in an attempt to help his dear friend, the Spank Engine, picked up Jared Goff in one of the worst mistakes he's made in the season, just because he had to look at that stupid fucking face sitting on his bench. But he added Jared Goff and dropped Melvin Gordon III. Looking ahead to Sunday, so people were active before the games. The King of the West. Yes, the King of the West for $5 added Jahan Dotson, Washington's wide receiver. Living in Babylon added Traylon Burks, the Tennessee wide receiver, dropping Kadarius Toney. Matt Breida was added by Biting Kneecaps for $0. Sorry, I forgot to mention that Traylon Burks was added for $3. In case people can't read the screen. JJJ continued his activity, picking up the Saints defense for $0 and dropping the Colts. And the King of the West, he clearly saw some needs on his team because he added Isaiah Pacheco for $0 and dropped Latavius Murray. Yes, Pacheco. All right, so Wednesday of this week, so was that yesterday, the 16th, was pretty active. We're looking at the King of the West winning the battle for Christian Watson, $15, and he dropped Jahan Dotson. He beat out, let's see here. Looks like he beat out the Spank Engine, who bid $4. He also beat out Big Kirko Thuggin Cousins, who bid $5. So, deep pockets paid off for him. Big Kirko added Cole Kmet for $10. Doesn't look like... Oh, the King of the West attempted to add Cole Kmet, but he's broke as fuck and only bid $5, so he didn't get him. Although then he spent $10 on Gus Edwards, and he dropped Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Looking through this, looks like he beat out Big Kirko, so these guys were just battling. I mean, King of the West gets Christian Watson, Big Kirko gets Cole Kmet, King of the West gets Gus. I think these guys either hate each other. I don't know what's going on. Something.
Yeah, it's weird.
Looking through this list, I realized that I forgot to mention another little broke boy bidding $8 on Cole Kmet, biting kneecaps.
It's the rest of my money, by the way.
He was going to put everything on a player for his favorite team, Chicago. So let's just take note of that.
Still have $8.
But he lost, and so he still got $8 in his little account, which you'll be good because it'll carry over. You'll have $108 to start next year. Everything will be cool.
Doesn't carry over, but yeah.
Number one, Lamarston added Deontay Johnson for $6. Doesn't look like anyone else bid, but wide receivers are in demand. $6 ain't too much. Follow Spike added the Jets defense for $5, dropping Zach Ertz to waivers. Zach Ertz, obviously season-ending injury. No one else put any bids on the Jets defense. We covered Christian Watson. King of the West added the Commanders defense, dropped the Cardinals defense. Could be a good move with, what's his name? Chase coming back. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And Cardinals defense, I mean, I'm not looking at their score, but just based off their performance and record, I doubt they have been that great. Kadarius Toney was added by the Spank Engine for $4. So, yeah, I'm very happy about that. I added Greg Zuerlein for no money. JJJ got beat out on the Cole Kmet little raffle that went on. And then Biting Kneecaps added Jared Goff for $0, and he also added Joanne Johnson for $0. So, those $0 bids coming into play. And then today, just because he likes to spend money, Ascended Loesch added Marcus Mariota for $6.
For no reason.
Which
good thing no reason.
Good thing he spent, because obviously a lot of people wanted Marcus Mariota. All the bids that went on Wednesday. And the King of the West continued to pick people up. Added Foster Moreau from Las Vegas and dropped Big Bob Tunyon.
All right. Well, that's where we stand. Tuck, no moves from you.
I dropped Heineke.
Why would you drop Heineke after that stellar dub against the fraud Eagles?
Because in his stellar dub, he got 6 points. So,
Yeah.
And I got he Trevor Lawrence on my team. So
Yeah, I saw you seen that meme going around of like how many beers for NFL quarterbacks.
yeah, it's hilarious.
Trevor Lawrence as a female, same exact person.
I know. But man can play some football. So hey.
Yeah, he can. He can.
Yeah, he got me 27 last week. So shout out to Trevor.
Good old Trev.
Yeah.
Well,
But no moves from me other than that.
fair enough. I mean, you got a big budget to work with. You haven't been spending money, so eventually. Just so you know, by the way, we tell everyone who comes on here, the money doesn't carry over, just so you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, you want to hit us with the best segment that we have on here, the free agent budget
Yeah,
summary?
let me just carry this fucking show. All right, so at the very top with the most money, the most frugal, is Brennan Lasher. I almost called him something else, but Kanye got in a lot of trouble for that, so I'm going to avoid doing that. Brennan Lasher's got $88. Right behind him, we got the number one Lamarston, James McClendon, at $83. Not too far behind him, sitting at $65, is Vaden Patel, JJJ. And then the Spank Engine, sitting at a clean $63. And it makes sense that he's got so much money because his team is dominating. So why make any waiver claims?
That's true.
Trailing him is the Ascended Loesch, Cole Popovi, at $56. And then living in Babylon, Jordan Dry comes in at $51. After him, we're looking at the King of the West, James Wardell, at $47. Not too far behind him, we're looking like Tuck Nugent, $30.
Nice.
830.
And I actually skipped because I can't see Matthew Ganthier, Big Kirko Thug and Cousins at 32. And then we have Bums R Us, Tucker Nugent, $30. Behind him, then we get to the broke boy, biting kneecaps, Sean Hayward. And hey, he's got $8, but he's also got 8 dubs, so.
Oh, good time in there. Yeah. Yep. And that's what we're looking at. Beautiful that nobody has $90 or more left. Everyone's in at least the 80s now. Even our most frugal Lamar Stan and Follow Spiker in the 80s. So, because we definitely had someone end with did Brennan not end with $99 or something last year? Something crazy like that? He didn't spend it all.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look, but if memory is correct, he might have spent on a player or two.
Yeah, so good to see that we're at least at the point where, I guess we're close to 2/3 of the way through, where we got people in the 80s, so that's good activity. All right, well that pushes us into our one of our last segments here, the Icy Hot Takes, sponsored by Shaquille O'Neal. Tuck, as the guest, do you have an icy hot take you want to help start
Yes, I
close
do.
us with?
One, I didn't know Shaqaronis were a real thing until the episode, I think, last week. I thought you guys made those up.
Sidebar, I got violently ill from a Shaqaroni, so just let that be known.
Actually did.
Yeah, I decided to cheat on my diet when I got back from North Carolina and jump on a little Shaqaroni, and oh Lord, did it just sit like a rock in my stomach, and then I was up all night. Yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail.
Of the diet, or is that because of the Shaqaroni was garbage, or both?
Well, I'm not going to call our biggest sponsor's favorite pizza garbage, but it did tear me up. Let's just say that.
Anyways, my icy hot take. So I believe that the losers bracket will be composed of Ascended Loesch, Thomas the Spank Engine, Big Kirko Thug and Cousins, and number one Lamar Stan.
Oh shit!
Wow.
See, that's icy. That's icy. But the real spice comes in where number one Lamar Stan and Thomas the Spank Engine are in the final game for whoever has to lose, and Thomas the Spank Engine pulls it out with only 2 wins, and that will be his 3rd win of the year.
Oh my!
And JB
God.
loses 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
3 years
on
total.
Oh my goodness!
Holy shit!
Oh my goodness!
You've come on here and dropped what may be one of the iciest and hottest takes of anyone we've had on.
Yes.
That's
JB is going to be extremely upset when he hears it, but I got to come in with the thunder. I'm guest of honor.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go in the somewhat opposite direction as you with my icy hot take. Thomas the Spank Engine has been down. He's been hurt. His number one player just hit IR after dropping 2 and 8. And when Tuesday morning hit, Watson gave him a 0% chance. He probably looked at that and said, fuck, I'm playing not to lose now. And then somehow, on Wednesday, he scrolled over, if he did this, and saw a measly little 1%. A 1% playoff percentage sitting there. And that 1%, of all those billions of scenarios that created it, screw all my old icy hots about him and Jared Goff. He's a Goffless team now. I have Goff. I took that on. He's making the playoffs. That 1% chance, I have no clue what the scenario is. But he is going to make the playoffs. I can't tell you what he's going to do when he gets there, but Thomas the Spank Engine we will see in the 6th seed of the playoffs this year. It's an icy hot take.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, a week after trashing him, now you're riding his coattails. That's interesting.
Trying to give him some love. I think I've been only butt down on him since the season started, hitting him with bad icy hots.
Fair. All right, well, it's tough going week to week, coming up with icy hots, but last week being off, it gave me a chance to really sit and think. So the icy part of my take is that bite kneecaps, he'll secure that first round bye. He'll get that first seed in the East. He'll have his little bye week. But then it gets a little hot because in his first matchup in the playoffs, he will just get embarrassed. He won't score over 100 points, and whoever plays him will put up over 150. And he will be eliminated in the first round that he gets to play.
Nice. Would love to see it.
Fucking bastard. All right.
And I just hope it's me.
For it to be you,
First-
wouldn't it? Actually, yeah, true, because it would be around later. Who knows who it would be? Yeah. Oh, I hope that's not fucking true. I hope Harambe's will shuts that shit down. Not the first seed part, but the getting embarrassed part. I like the icy, not so much the hot. All right. Well, with those icy hots wrapped up, we're gonna go to our very last segment, which at this point I don't even know why we do it because.
Well, first, can I say something? Can we just real quick? Let's go take a look at the playoff bracket since we're getting close to where we're at. Let's look at the seeding, see who will be playing who.
Yeah. So I got it up on my screen now, so viewers can see it, listeners can see it. So right now I'm sitting at the number 1 bye. Vaz got the number 2 bye because he's on top of the West. And then in the mesh here, we have a Bums Are Us 3. What's that?
I said West is poop.
They are.
Fuck the West.
Fuck the West.
We have a number 3 seeded Tuck, Bums Are Us, facing a number 6 seeded Big Kirko Thuggin Cousins in that matchup. And then it looks like, as it stands right now, maybe there is potential for fucking Jordan's Icy Hot to at least manifest and then not actually come true, because Jordan and I could match up in the in that second round there, because number 1 Lamar Stan is seed 4 and Living in Babylon is currently seed 5. They're both 5-5. And speaking on Tuck's Icy Hot right now, as far as what it's looking like, is the only thing you're missing is, well, you're missing half of your projection. Big Kirko, Thuggin Cousins, and Lamar Stan both need to drop more. Because right now it's Follow Spike and King in the West, 8-7, and then it's Thomas the Spank Engine and Ascended Loesch in the first round, 9-10. So,
Which, I mean, it could. Kirko Thuggins could take an L this week to JJJ, and then who knows how far that would drop them, seeding wise.
yeah, I mean, we're literally, look at.
And if Lamarston loses to the Ascended and King of the West gets a dub, then at least in the West, King is over Lamarston.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And yeah, because
Very possible.
King of the West is 7 seed, and he's in that losers bracket, but he's 5-5, just like 3 other people in the winners bracket.
Yeah.
And Follow Spike is literally, that's crazy that we were talking about him like that, and now he's literally 1 game back, like from jumping into a 6 or even 5 seed, like depending on who wins and loses this week. So yeah, there's still a lot to be done. I will say this: I do like seeing that there's 3 Easterners taking up those extra spots, 4 East total to 2 West, right now.
I like that too.
In that braq.
There's so much parity in the league. It's almost a parody.
Yeah.
You'll see that bit of AB pronouncing parody.
That's parody.
Oh, what?
Maybe.
Devin needs to get checked for CTE.
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah. So maybe you should just run for fucking, I don't know, for Congress or something.
He needs to put on suicide watch or some shit. That man is struggling. Nerd.
Let's see. All right, so let's get over to this Watson segment, see who's been shifting back and forth in Watson's final standing projections. Of course, as we always know, this segment is sponsored by Snickers. Maybe the team just needs a Snickers. All right, so movement is me, you, Jordan, and Lamar Stan all moving up 5 spots, and then Ascended Loesch finally taking the hit we've been waiting for. Ascended Loesch was like 2 to start the year and would only drop as far as like 4 for weeks. Now is spot 9.
About fucking time Watson caught up to what we've all been seeing. He's a fraud. He's a fucking fraud.
Crazy to me that look how steep of a drop that is too. I mean, projected number 2. Projected when the season started, Watson said, "Yeah, this team 2nd place." Now,
yeah, I think they definitely don't take into account who the owner is and the manager, team manager.
Right? Yeah, manager. Yeah. And by the way, he's the person who manages the team. We use person first language here on Harambedome. So,
but you just said he, so you gendering him?
Listen,
are you gendering they?
I'm moving on to the fact that Lamar Stan did take a nice little leap here from 10th to 5th. And that's pretty much, most of the shifts look relatively the same. And so yeah, Watson is doing his thing, but I am interested of the fact that, because Varun and I know this is true because Varun and I were both talking about it, that we were talking on Tuesday, and we both talked about how we saw Ted at a 0% chance. And how do you go from being literally like Watson saying there is no shot to 1? I don't understand how that changes.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're asking the wrong people.
I really do not know.
Yeah, that's
because
crazy.
what is even a 1% chance? Like, how I don't see his path at 2 and 8.
Yeah, I mean, the most he can win, the most he can do is get to 6 and 8. That's the very most he can do, and I don't know with the. I mean, I guess going back to the standings and the projected bracket. I mean, if the best he can do is 6 and 8. I mean, the 7th seed right now, or the 6th seed right now is already 5-5. Like, so, and the 7th seed is 5-5. How is that going to work?
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
Well,
maybe it takes into account the possibility of a trade, but even that, like,
maybe that 1%.
I don't see his path.
Maybe that 1% is taking into account Harambe's will.
Could be,
because no matter what happens, it will be done, right?
But Watson's a bitch and doesn't take that into account. So
that is true.
Big facts.
Yeah. So we'll see. All right. Well, that said, that's a wrap on everything we got to talk about. Tug, as the guest, do you got anything you have left that you want to say to the league?
Holla at your boy for any of your painting needs. Silver Fox Paints and Finishes. If you need it, I got it. Other than that, I'm out. Nothing else.
All right. Now, do you only paint houses, or if I asked you to paint other things, would you be like?
What are other things?
I guess just answer the question. Do you paint more than houses? Is what I'm gonna ask.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we'll talk after we go off air.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
so for everyone in the league, my new pronouns are frog and frog self. If you refer to me as anything else, I will be very upset. It'll be a borderline hate crime. But like, just say I'm going to the store. Don't say he went to the store if you're referring to me. Say frog went to the store, and we'll be good. We'll be all good.
No, but that's not. Are those pronouns the gender you identify as?
Well, I don't think frog is really a gender. It's more of a. I don't even know if it's a species. Just what I. I'm not he. I'm not she. I'm not they. I'm frog. Just call me frog. Frog and frog self. Those are my pronouns. I don't need to explain this to you.
God, this guy always taking it one step too far. Just let the guy be frog.
And that's not my name. It's not my name either.
And you also just said let the guy be frog. So,
Yeah, you can refer to me as a guy. I mean, I'm a male.
oh,
There you go. See?
I got a dick and balls, but I'm just not he. And I'm not
frog.
him. I'm frog and frog self.
All right. I guess I don't really have much to say on that note other than may Harambe's will be done.